Yeah, co-worker, co-colleague, co-caster.
Well,
You guys want to be whatever you want.
Trace.
You guys can go over there and kind of coexist as well. As we do jump into this map, we got him Overpass, and then we have Train after this. Now, we know what Astralis can do on this one, but do you? Sit back, relax, and enjoy your pudding. Because it's time to jump into Overpass.
And it's full of proof, Trace. It's full of fun as we get into this one. Astralis on the T side, but honestly, that's where I want to see them. That's where they get to direct the pace. And FaZe spotting middle. Heavy connector setup in this pistol round with a man in B. Not the standard start you see on a CT side pistol, but I'm interested to see where this one goes, right? This is going to allow for quick rotations for FaZe towards either bomb site. The one thing that is annoying is if Astralis take long, there's no one here. No information for FaZe. They're going to figure out far too late once that bomb starts to go down. But Astralis might just be your old matchmaking classic, the toilets to be. Do you have a man still sitting in T-spawn, but first they've got to get past Brokey.
Oh, but this sneak down long, this is just going to give you a free bomb site. And I kind of love this from Astralis. You know, it's pretty common to see teams leave this long side of the map pretty unprotected. And that's something that FaZe are going to learn the hard way now, as this bomb plant's going to come in and they don't even know. They're like, all right, guys, let's try and figure out where they are. Hang on, wait, what bomb's planted? Brokey, you said you had A. You said you were watching it. And now they've got to rotate into A, but luckily enough, they have mopped up device. There's players all across the map still for Astralis, and Zipnik's trying to hold these rotations. If he wins this... Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Retakes on for FaZe, but time is the precious piece that they may not have. It may be slipping away. Magis looks to force a kill here. Finds Brokey. That's when it starts to tumble apart for FaZe. Cold's already low, and he gets cleaned up. Olaf on the kit has to be the man to stick it, but right now his teammates getting pressured out long. Nico needs some big USP shots, overwhelmed by Dupree, and that's a done deal. It's a dusted round. It's a save for Olaf as Astralis get the pistol. What a sick play. I like the idea to heavy set connector for FaZe, but of course, the one thing that does leave open is that A-long position. And B monster, but they were at least spotting B from CT. They had the info. They could have played retake with Olaf's kit, but on that A site, well, it all just gets far too confusing.
Wild stuff. Astralis picking up this pistol round certainly makes it a little bit more interesting for the FaZe Clan fans in attendance this evening. They're going to be rocking 2 scouts, 2 HEs, 2 smokes, 2 flashes, and some pistols on the side of that, deagles to be exact. And here we go, Astralis putting all their attention and efforts out here on this B bomb site. Jisk was the front runner, but now we've got a little bit of a weird Aki Momo on our hands. coldzera has found himself in the smoke towards these sandbags, and they do hit him, but they don't take notice of that. Now he doesn't run out when the bomb gets planted, so we see that go down. But this smoke has to fade eventually, and there it is. Finally, it does fade. coldzera not able to make anything happen out of that.
Yeah, Magis, good reaction. Pulls out his gun, doesn't commit to the smoke, and takes him down. That will be a round for Astralis, as you can see FaZe saving the playground, rather. Heavy SMGs. That might tempt Astralis to go back for this for yet another round, right? They don't want to try and take mid-control with MAC-10s unless they, you know, really speed it up and just play that trade game. But knowing FaZe have double scouts could certainly put a bit of a beating the way of Astralis. 2-0 lead, though. Let's see where FaZe put these guns moving forward.
Yeah, I almost felt like if you're FaZe, you might be tempted to have one of these AWPs go... AWPs? Oh, giving them a little too much credit there. Have one of these scouts to go ahead and peek mid, and then maybe stack the other 4 down on B. Similar to how, like, a lot of teams, and also, you know, like a lot of matchmaking players play their pistol rounds, right? Where you stack the majority of the B site, you go for an information peek early on. And that's pretty good in this situation, because the scout's definitely going to be up to the challenge. But they decide against that, and they will just go back to this pretty standard default of 3 players over here towards A. Olaf and coldzera inside of the B site, trying to lock it down between the 2 of them. Now FaZe, they get the information that top mid is clear on the back of this peak. They begin rotating, but the problem is the push is already in for Astralis. The B site already belongs to the Danes. And this will likely be a 3rd round. There's not really much of a chance for FaZe Clan to make something happen here.
It's an exchange of grenades between Dupree and Rain. Brokey's going to join Rain up in the heaven area with the scout. But it's Rain that loses head first. Zipex with the AK, too quick for him. Only AK in this round thus far, and they're going to double peek with precision onto Brokey.
That was sick. The jump across of Zipnix to bait the shot, or at least, you know, put Brokey's crosshair off. He tries to tuck because he thinks he's going to get close pushed. And then Glaive just repeats and takes his head right off. Favor is responded to by Nico, but good luck getting out of this one alive. Yeah, jumping around the corner. That's actually Magisk. Zipnix takes the kill from Heaven instead. So it's Astralis finding the round. We're seeing a lot of dead body shooting. Astralis really want to send it home to FaZe. Even in the first half of Nuke, there was a little bit of that going on.
I mean, we essentially have the battle for last place in stage 2 right here on our hands.
Yeah.
And you can see that tensions are flaring. Server conditions, how are they, Harry?
Well, conditions in the server trace, it's certainly heating up down here, right? There's a lot of tension, as you say. It's almost palpable between these two teams right now. And while the server itself is looking fine, obviously provided by the wonderful folks over at ESCA, finest 128 tick around, it's certainly a tense atmosphere to be in. coldzera trying to aggress in through the monster tunnel, and Rain thought he'd caught a timing. He'd snuck past the man in mid and was trying to come in on a big flank. Now, to be fair, even if Device hadn't have dealt with him, there actually was Zipex just holding for the mid push. So Astralis were very much ready for that, even while Rain kind of figured he had them dead to rights. And they keep on aggressing with Device here through the toilets.
Yeah, this timing is everything right now because Astralis have the bomb outside of B. FaZe are fully committed with 3 players on lower. Now, if Device clears out the A site, he can make the call either for the bomb to come back up or to flank B and get the kills and let the bomb push off of that. Now, Astralis have made the early call without even clearing A to rotate back up to top site. With this going fairly quiet, FaZe may consider a rotation. They get aggressive. That's a great kill from Cold. He realizes that Magisk was throwing utility to set up for a fake. There's no one else here. It's an empty site, so FaZe need to run wild back up towards A. Astralis, however, have already taken this position. The smokes are down, and Olof's out. He's got to try and spam his way back in, but Astralis, I mean, this is locked and loaded right now. They even have more smokes to throw into these choke points. Brokey saving in T-spawn. This is done.
Yeah, and as Harry said, the server conditions are Palpatine.
Emperor or?
Yes. It's a trap. Sorry.
Wow.
Trap it and protect. Astralis trapping the bomb sites, then protecting those bombs. When we look at it now, it's FaZe Clan down by 4. They're going to bring an op into this next round alongside of 2 rifles, maybe. Don't really know at the end of these rounds.
Well, the 4-0 lead is in, and so is the buy for FaZe with money back in their pockets. Brokey's Orb now armored up. Always a welcome sight. Device not donning his just yet, sticking with the rifles as Astralis have had some fast-paced rounds in this T side. Double mollies for FaZe. One in mid, one in the playground to deny presence for Astralis. It forces a smoke out. So obviously, economically, that doesn't sound like a good trade, but it actually really is. You know, one smoke out of a T side, I can hamstring them when it comes to the executes in the late round. And of course, the alternative is if Astralis don't use that smoke, they lose time and they lose positioning, and that allows FaZe to get aggressive if they please. Now they don't, but Astralis don't know that. Player up on long is Rain, supported by that AWP. This is a classic old school SK setup or LG setup. I mean, real old school. And Astralis should be ready for it once they spot that orb.
Yeah, we just turned our clocks forward. So we'll continue to do that. Brokey's going to get completely smoked off, just holds it. He's not alone. Stuck around just to see if he can help out Rain. Rain's only good for 1, so that now leaves us in a 4 versus 4. With 40 seconds left on the clock, it's about to be decision time here for Astralis.
Yeah, nice decision from Brokey to re-aggress over here towards short side. He gets the information that Toilets was looking clear. However, this utility still pouring in towards A has led for a rotation. Cole now coming back down towards B. Might just get here in the nick of time. There is 15 seconds. This site take has to be clinical for Astralis, and the doctors are in. They're down here in the pit. They're chipping away. 7 seconds, and the kills go left and right. They've got to get the bomb planted, and they do get it with half a second to spare. NiKo now up in heaven, all alone in the 1v2. It's dupreeh and Zipex on the other side. This is not an easy feat by any stretch of the imagination. Might be able to isolate one, but as he jumps up, he goes down. Astralis 5-0. FaZe Clan yet to put up a CT side round here.
Yeah. It's not a good start for FaZe Clan on their CT side. Then again, with Astralis on this map, it's just something that if you're going to play Overpass as a team, you have to do it in a very calculated manner. And a team like Astralis, that's absolutely not a problem for them. No matter the slump. Perhaps they carry on right here, right now.
Yeah, right. Harry, you had a good question for Zonic, before this game. You asked him along the lines of, being 0-2, position Astralis never usually in group stages. And the pressure that comes with that, well, it seems like they've really turned things on while under the pressure. I mean, they came into this game looking great individually, but things are really flowing right now for Astralis. 5-0 up in the second map. Their pick for a reason. FaZe, do they have any response? Not in this round, of course. The grenades double down onto the barrels as coldzera gets blown out of the water. And, I mean, FaZe just have pistols here. So Astralis, with a 5-on-3, should be ready to convert. They boost on the sandbags. If Brokey gets too close to the site, he will have his life shortened. Spam is good. Brokey gets tagged by Glaive significantly. Astralis is just stalling this one out. They're waiting. And that's because of this smoke.
No bomb in the site just yet, and looks like the idea has been changed. Plan has been adjusted just a little bit. A bit of an audible, if you will.
Yeah, they're doing this again. It's a great call for Astralis, and this time I don't think they're even going to rotate the bomb up. They might just send Device down on a lurk to try and flank and get kills, but he needs to be ready. Oh dear, they both spotted each other. Rain should have the drop on him, and he does get the kill. Device is dead, and dupreeh has to follow up. Now B is the opportunity for Astralis. 25 seconds, Brokey with a chance to win this round despite the low HP of FaZe in this site. He is gone, and the round is over. It got scary, but not enough for Astralis. They are able to get the kills required.
Yeah, and just an awkward exchange of gunfire there on the A site. And for Rain, he comes out on top, but it's all in vain. Insane in the membrane. Harry,
Insane in the rain.
Insane in the rain.
Chase, you really perfected that. That and the Zeus sound, I think you've got down. And
the Zeus sound is one of a kind, so I can mimic it, but that's about it.
dupreeh still yet to die in this map, and even with Cold and Olaf peeking him at short side, he's able to keep his life intact and secure a 2-man advantage for Astralis. That puts dupreeh 8-0, by the way. My goodness. We were saying he was the guy to keep an eye on for Astralis, and he might not be top fragging, but he's certainly got the most impressive stat line in the server right now. FaZe relying on NiKo as the sole B-site defender. Does have Rain rotating around to try and join him. Astralis just pumped the brakes again. You know, they say to FaZe, look, you guys have lost 2 players. It's all on you if you want to try and even this out.
I'm just loving how they're using Device in this T side, right? He gets so much info, so much map control, and unfortunately he will die here, but just the distraction that he's performing on this A side has forced another rotation. If Magis kills the only B player here of NiKo, that could be a chance. Oh my, what a conversion. NiKo with a spray transfer to dupreeh, and he gets aggressive. Glaive will punish that, and now Astralis, they have to commit. They got the pick, but they don't have Rain in the pit. He is still waiting. 30 seconds, the smoke with a gap, and Rain with a chance to strike. He'll take it. Zipnik's in the clutch and closes it out quickly. 7-0. Such a fast couple of rounds. This is so exciting despite the scoreline being one-sided.
And it's just one of those situations where FaZe members just continuously find themselves trying to get out of the fight, out of the conflict, and run right into another member of Astralis. They are there. Every time you turn around, Astralis is there.
Well, here's something else that's really good about this Device lurk, right? Hugo, you were touching upon it there. Because they've been running it round after round, FaZe are going to start to consider, okay, when we kill Device on A, usually they just commit to B. And so you imagine the time will come where finally Astralis do just commit to the A side push with Device on that lurk, but not actually on the lurk for a change, right? With the rest of the team. And that could be here and now in this round. Magis mops up Rain down in the connector and looks for another onto Nico, but isn't quite able to best the Deeg. Now, this is where you want to look to someone like coldzera, who's aggressed over towards short, comes in behind Glaive, and drops him with the Deagle. This round can still get out of hand for Astralis if they're not careful. They sit in a 3-on-4. Luckily enough, they've got the bomb on their back, and the majority of FaZe are trapped in connector. Is this going to prove to be a blessing or a curse? Right now, it's looking good. They get themselves another. Device does Deeg Brokey from the round. Xyp9x going to try and deal with the mid-peak, and he will. Now a 2-on-2. Olof on a very lengthy wrap in through the backline. Xyp9x is aware. He's anticipating this push. Device is really the only man in any danger right now, but maybe not. Just Cold left to beat, and the sprays missed. Cold trying to get revenge for Nuke, and Device is dodging him, Deeing him down, and it's an 8th round for Astralis. Device shooting the body again. God. He is living in the head of coldzera right now.
Rent-free, baby.
That is pretty wild, actually. What was that, a 2-on-4?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I mean, you know, it doesn't matter, but Xyp9x, he like you said, he even had the read, man. He doubles back. A player comes out of the connector, and he makes noise, and so Device goes to check it, but I think it was Cold making noise. Olof comes out mid at the same time, and Device kills him. They thought he'd already gotten to the A site because they'd lost the timing on him in toilets. Device was still lurking, and Astralis, oh, you're already 8-0 up, and you're going to throw this into the mix, a 5-man boost in the T-spawn. They don't spot it. I think they saw him before, but didn't get an opportunity to strike.
Don't worry, there's other places to shoot, except for he's going to get down.
I wonder if that was spotted. I saw a player on the site jumping, because look at Rain, he's accelerated the pace, they've read it. I think someone on FaZe was jump spotting on top of the site and saw this boost, because look at how aggressive FaZe have taken themselves, you know, with no fear. That info must be there for FaZe in order to make such a ballsy play like this.
Yeah, Rain hanging out in the playground. He's going to have the drop on Device. Can't seem to do more than that. That's a lot of information. It's going to be Nico pushing up long, try to pick up and defend his honor.
Oh, but as much as Device is caught timings, Glaive's got one of his own. They are getting wrapped right now, but Astralis could commit to the A site and win the round. Nico, he is going to have to be... oh dear, instrumental as Olof is gone from the site, not checking close. Nico on the wrap round, he is right behind them.
And they don't know, they've completely discounted this. Nico playing the trigger discipline, and he denies the bomb plant with that kill. Now ready for the repeat from dupreeh, but dupreeh is fast on the trigger. Cold into the bomb site, drops the bomb, 20 seconds, and Xyp9x is a long way away. No time for the clutch. Surely, 15 seconds, and he's wrapping in. Time is everything now. 10 seconds, Brokey gone. Just Cold left to beat, and Xyp9x on the angle. Cold's gonna get it, and he puts the first round on the board for FaZe with 5 seconds to spare. They go 1-8. It's the first, though, of many they're going to need over here on the CT side.
And even then, it almost falls apart, right? Like, it almost... If Xyp9x, I understand why he doesn't want to walk there, right? He wants to get the kill and run and chase down Cold. He almost has that fight as well. But if he walks and gets closer, Cold was not watching the flank. Cold was watching the A site. So that could have been a clutch for Xyp9x. So close, yet so far. Cold is going to keep FaZe in this for 1.
And you can imagine the timer really played into that one for him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, you get a player with a back turn like that, you're playing trigger discipline all day long. But yeah, 10 seconds, you can't afford to make that risk and not get the reward. And that's exactly what Astralis are after, the reward. That would be right now FaZe's money broken. And if Astralis can get a reset, that would be the reality. 2 players on B for the first time all game long. FaZe are going to get dealt a fast hand for Astralis. They're already inside of the site. coldzera, Molly down. That might delay things. Xyp9x has already killed the man in the pit. Right through the fire and flames, Glaive is going to find himself a kill. That is obscene. Triple long setup for FaZe is going to have to get saved, but Device might hear these footsteps behind him.
Certainly he did. But Brokey's just too aware. AWP in his hands, so he can remove Device, but it looks like Astralis want to try to take a few of these weapons out. Nico seeing the feet underneath the piece of wood there. Just in case you want to scream back, that's not what happened, I think.
Yeah, you're correct. That's a really good angle. I mean, if you sit there as a CT, you're going to see Ts before. I mean, they won't even see you. They won't register anything under that wood.
This round's registered. It's registered in the name of Astralis. And they want to take these last few remaining weapons, Brokey's AWP being one of the main prizes. And a missed shot.
No.
So Brokey does lose the AWP. Nico picks up 2 at the end of the round. Albeit the money is fine. It's swimming over here for Astralis. But for FaZe, on the other hand, it feels like a Deagle round.
Yeah, remember the round they win comes down to a one-on-one, right? So, you know, what can you really do there? You just have no money. You have to fully invest. You're playing off of the 3,500 win bonus or 34, and that's not really a lot. So right now they're on eco and going to give Astralis 10. It's not a comfortable feeling. It's not a pretty situation, but it is the reality. Astralis running wild right now. Triple boost to set Nico up with a solo AK in this round. I like the call. So if there was one team that would check this position, you'd think it'd be Astralis, but they're not in B short just yet. They are just going to commit monster, and oh dear, FaZe are going to get blocked out of this round once again.
They are really off the site at this point. Nico with this AK, and no one wants to come hang out with Nico.
The horrible thing about this is it's not even like a position where Nico can go, all right, I'll just save, because, well, I don't know if you've realized, but this B site is kind of full of Astralis players right now. They might just keep this 3-man stack up on
Ooh, okay.
on the side of Graffiti and try and, Device just wallbang Brokey.
Out of here.
Oh, it's all going wrong. It's all going, actually, not that wrong now. And now it's back to going wrong. Nico gonna get the hell out of there. Runs away with the AK. He does manage to get himself out from behind Graffiti, so credit to him for that. And is able to drop 2 in amongst all the madness. So all things considered, you know, you think about what FaZe brought with them into that round and kind of the context of how everything plays out. And truthfully, that's a pretty good result for FaZe Clan, right? They lose the B site right away with no resistance. They take down 3 players. They've at least forced a decent bit of reinvestment out from Astralis. And like, I think that's the only way FaZe get back into this, is if they get in control of the money. And they're still a long ways off from that. It's going to be a real grind until they're in that position. And to even have it happen, you've got to get another round up on the board. And that's been the challenge right now for FaZe. The AWP's back out in Brokey's hands. And he's going to take it over towards mid, but he doesn't really have a great spawn, so not going to see an early peek from Brokey. Instead, he just holds back from short side.
In an uncharacteristic manner, Olaf, 1 in 8. As this half is starting to come to a close, it's going to need to be answered by FaZe real soon.
Brokey falling back about the right time. Device has just moved up with the AWP, but walking into the crosshair. Oh, the timing. Brokey just slinks away. Does at least get away with his life and spots the AWP and Device. That's info, but oh dear, just like that, the round has fallen apart. 2 kills for Astralis up on short side. Gonna commit with this. Magisk, a follow-up entry. Device gets rain on A, and Brokey has rotated down. He gets a kill, but he's stuck in this 1-on-4. With a Molotov down, he's got to commit ahead of it. He won't get any further into the site. It's 11-1. Astralis, it's like Beijing all over again. They're beating FaZe into a pulp.
Not to be confused with the orange juice pulp.
Nope.
We've gone over that. Don't need to go there again. The Danes have won 8 of their 10 entry duels, which Magisk has done 5 for himself. So, if that's not telling enough as the score line, well, now you know. 11-1. Astralis running all over that of FaZe Clan.
What's his setup over on short for FaZe in the divider? It's just a double play. Brokey spotting, and then another man waiting for a close contact. Means Brokey can hold this close mid angle as well, falling off of the party and still not be pressured by a player coming out of connector or even a close mid player. Worry is long, of course, but got to play the timing on that. Of course, if there's one team that has been beating every timing. It is Astralis right now. So they might consider slinking back towards A and checking out that long position. It's fine right now. Device is just holding passive at the rock.
And Rain not having a good go of it here towards the bathrooms. He's already been hit down to 21 HP. And pending a peek here from Dupree, couldn't lose it all. And yeah, he does. A little bit of a stutter step there, though. I mean, sometimes you second guess what you're doing. In that moment, there was no second guessing. Rain loses it all. And now we see what FaZe can do in a defensive fashion towards this A site. Still, they could go back. It does look like that's what they want to do. At least it's a thought in their head.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to reconsider. They were running B, now they run back A, now they run back B. And Dupree burns out a man on A with a Molotov. There's still 2B. Astralis, they change their mind again. They go back up towards A, while 2 players go back down towards B. Astralis, make up your mind for crying out loud. It's just Nico here right now, and he gets away with a kill. The trade is in for Device. 10 seconds. FaZe now on for a retake. The player outside of B, Zipnix, is going to leave. Actually, he hangs around. He might get killed here, but at this point, he's just looking to solidify the money and take guns away from FaZe as they look to save.
Yeah, just him being here is great because suddenly he's like the focal point of their attention and he gets that kill. They're chasing this gun down. Olaf, can he do it? He can. At least deals with Zipex and is able to hold on to an AK. But I mean, that's hardly a silver lining. This is a 12-1 scoreline in favor of Astralis. This is on the back of an overtime game of Nuke just moments ago. And when I say moments ago, I really mean moments. This has been such a fast first half. Astralis 12-1 up. And that's the thing, even if FaZe get the remaining rounds that are left, which would only be 2, you know, they'd be sitting 3-12 on this scoreboard.
On the favored half.
Yeah.
Not ideal. Yeah.
It almost feels like sometimes harder to start against Astralis who are on T side, right? They can just go off on these unbelievable streaks, and especially on a map like Overpass, like we talked about, FaZe, they have been avoiding it. Astralis, well, this has been a mainstay of this team's map pool for about forever.
Roundabout there.
Give or take a couple of
Evers.
Magisk, first man in, and hungry. 4 kills, maybe for thrills, and Nico, well, actually, this could be a FaZe Clan round all day long. They're grouped up all down here towards B. Astralis, they've awoken the Hornet's Nest, and Device looking to be the keeper of B, or the B keeper, but he gets stung by Olaf atop the box. 2-12, FaZe will put another round on the board.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. That was pretty good.
Beekeeper by Harry Russell.
Well, no Bs were kept for Astralis in that round. It was FaZe all over it. Like you said, a stacked site. They got the read. They knew Astralis wanted to just bombard the bomb site. And it will get shut down. But like you said, I mean, what are we holding out for here? 3 rounds for FaZe on the CT side? I mean, yikes. That's their best case scenario. That's what they're going for. Device back off the AWP, back onto the Krieg. It's last round of the half, and so Astralis will be buying these guns. They've been keen for the AKs. Those nades are perfect, and double grenade kill for Astralis. You love to see it.
And at what point are you just down on your luck if you're FaZe Clan? That is just unbelievable targeting. Good stuff there, and they get 2 out of it.
Guess where Device is, by the way? About to be in the A-bomb site.
He can flank B. I honestly think that's a safer play at this point than, like, you know, obviously they don't know A's clear right now, but he's about to figure that out. It's safer flanking B more often than not with this.
A's clear, however, the path to A might be a little bit challenged. Rain through the bathrooms. He suspects that Device could be here. He really sees him hunting for him, but nothing yet.
And I think it's because despite Astralis getting 2 kills down on B with the grenades, they haven't actually taken the site.
Yeah.
And FaZe are wondering, why the hell has this happened? So they're tucking in positions where Device can't see them on a potential flank. That possibility has been calmed, and as a result, Device will find nothing. He might think it's free. He might think it's clear. And Olaf has finally shown them that it's not. He is still here.
And now with Rain joining from this A-site flank, his whole role was to hunt down Device. He actually goes back. I was going to say there would have been 3 players here, but the 2 that stand here for the time being might be enough. Rain taking up position in heaven. It's a 2-on-3 with 20 seconds left. Now only Zipex does tap down the first, but he gets laid to rest. And FaZe Clan with 3 to their name at the end of the first half now move into their T side where they've got to go on an impossible comeback. Will Astralis close it in 2? Or will FaZe leave us all gobsmacked? Join us after a quick break to find out.
Sarah, I hurt myself today trying to make the pain go away. Sarah, I want to fade away, be with the stars in outer space. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low. But I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's my leave for the melancholy. Could he fill a hole inside me? Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I know my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah, I lost myself today trying to find ways to make you stay.
Welcome to the Upside Down, everybody. We're on Overpass currently, and it's Astralis. They're absolutely pushing FaZe Clan around, having their way with them, and it's 12-3 as it stands. That would be the 3 rounds that FaZe Clan got in this entire game thus far, and welcome back to the ESL Pro League Season 11, everybody, especially FaZe Clan fans who find themselves in a little bit of a free fall right now with their backs against the wall. This really, and we kind of said this before, is kind of that battle for last place within the second stage so far.
Yeah, both teams 0-2 right now. Astralis looking to get their first win on the board, and the GG bet odds certainly looking good for it. FaZe in a free fall, maybe a free-for-all. They don't know who to trust, not even themselves, as Astralis sit 12-3 up after that for T side.
Dubree thinks he didn't see anyone, but they were right there, and now he's running. They are hounding him down. They're chasing, and now they duck down through the connector. This is all a ruse. It's meant to pull the rotations up, but Glaive's ears primed up against the wood with a glass. He listens to the other side, and he hears them swing that connector door open, so he reconsiders the rotate. Now, the fact that FaZe didn't explode into B suggests that this is all to put a lot of stress on this CT default from Astralis. They want them to be unsure. They want them to be rotating players around, and that's where FaZe are going to look to try and find this opener.
But Zipnix just came back up top site, as you said, with FaZe not committing. So he's here, he's ready, he's waiting, and he's about to spot the full entourage of FaZe members. Device killing the one player down on B. That's Olaf on the lurk. Not anymore. Crossfire for Astralis, but the smokes are in their face. Xipix, oh my, gets jump shot by coldzera, and Dupree deleted as well. FaZe in for a chance on this site. Glaive, he has got the 5-7, spamming away. Nico missing his shots on the flank, but does get the kill eventually. Device all alone, and finally FaZe, they might have the pistol for themselves in this series. Oh dear, goodbye Device. And here it comes, the comeback. It starts somewhere.
It does. They don't have too far to go. They were just down 12-3 at half. Now 12-4. And that's what we're looking at currently. That's the current situation, the status quo, the sit rep, whatever you want to call it, guys.
Thanks, Trace. Well, let's see if this comeback is realistic or if it will be put to bed before it even begins. This force will be the first decider of that. Astralis with the double scout. Device waiting for a flashbang, but it will be late, and the grenade does do good damage. Flash coming over. Olof getting tagged, and Device close shot, just about missing. He's going to go back for some wall bangs. Oh dear, hits one. Oh dear. It's not going to be doing a huge amount of damage through the wall with this gun, but Magis certainly could.
Yeah, no one's really looking at this, but Cold is quick to pivot and deals with Magisk there on his little toilet peak. Kind of forgot the word there, but I think I dealt with it well. Dupree trying to deal with this well as well. You've doubled up on the wells, and Dupree looking to make a bit of a wish. Is here outside of the toilets and holding close while Device hopes to reel them in. Acting like the bait to the switch up on Dupree. Plus, Scout has like a freakish amount of ammo, so I kind of love that Device is just spamming it constantly. Like, it comes with like 90 rounds or something ridiculous. You are not going to use that much ammo, surely. Dupree doesn't find anything. The Scout still just spamming away. And 3 of these players are very, very low. Like, there is a world in which Astralis can still make this feel doable. Glaive down here at the B site could be the first man to take action. Smokes off the short side phase. They back away. They give that up. They rotate around to Monsters. Xipnix here with one of these scouts. Devices also arrived now. And here's the 5-7 chiming in with one. There's very little time, and now the bomb is dropped. Xipnix in the clutch, and he gets that shot. Is there time for Olof? Xipnix has done it with a scout and a USP inside of the B-bomb site. My goodness, that is a clutch of the ages from Xipnix with that scout. A 13th round on the board. Look at this.
I want to look at the clock.
Bomb. And look, right, there's 5 seconds. He gets peeked from upper flicks, and at this point now, that's where Olof tried to plant.
Yeah, Olof, I think he had the plant. I think he had time.
I don't think
he was on the site.
It was 3 seconds.
Was
as
it
he
not in his
planting.
hands?
No.
Because when Xipnix killed the player on top of the box, I thought, well, Olof already had the bomb. That was so close, I couldn't tell. Either way.
Yeah, I mean, it was so close.
Yeah, coming down to a millisecond decision, and sometimes Counter-Strike rounds do, and, well, you know, not always going to be working out in your favor.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, what a clutch. No armor as well, no problem for Zip. Astralis, I mean, dear. That was supposed to be the start of the comeback. That was supposed to be FaZe getting back in this game. Instead, they lose a force in the second round. They found Pistol, and it's all for nothing, although Nico could make it for something once again. He's found a kill onto Magisk moving up towards the A site. This flank from Device is going to be very late. We have a couple of MP9s and MP7s in play here for Astralis. Device needs to speed up on the flank, but he doesn't want to give away his position to potential Toilets players. He's been spotted, good damage, and that will at least put you know, a bit of a worry in the back of FaZe. They know if they commit, they're going to have a flank very close. Olof does duck into the connector, could catch Device moving past this. Great reposition from Olof, considering he just got tagged to the Toilets. He hits that timing perfectly, and FaZe might just commit here. Astralis have 2 players on A.
Why does it always get like this? I don't understand. Here we go. Rain coming out from long. We're going to see the M4 spray from Xipnix. Decides to traverse and look for another shot, and instead it's Brokey with the deagle that finds success. Here we go. Dupree mopping him up, though, with this SMG, and that's going to prove to be a big problem for FaZe Clan.
Ooh, this nade could do a lot as well. Instead, it doesn't do much. 1 point of damage, so physically the least amount it could do. Glaive trying to navigate this 1v2. One player in bank, one player in CT. Doesn't have a smoke, doesn't have a flash. Doesn't really have anything apart from this kit to work with. Forces the peek from Olof, and now just Rain to beat. He gets the dink off with the M4. Glaive taps the bomb again, hoping for the re-peek, and Rain's gone round. Glaive lands the shot, and with 13 HP, he sends Rain packing. Defuse comes in, and a 14th round for Astralis. Once again, it's down to the wire. It's close, and surely this is going to tempt FaZe to force. I feel like it must, right? You're up against, if you don't, it's 15 rounds for Astralis anyway. And this is probably the best chance you have to reset your opposition's economy. Because if you eco here, you assume it's not going to go well.
And that stat line is a testament to Olaf's contribution in this map. He hasn't had a pretty one of it. More of a this was pretty right here. Glaive taking down Rain. That puts Astralis ever so much closer to the second map win. We're talking 14-4. And what would be almost an historic comeback from FaZe Clan at this point to bring it back.
I don't even know how the heads could be in it at this point, given some of the clutches that Astralis have found in the CT side to pick up the rounds. Okay. Oh my, and then stuff like that. Dupree, he's like 90-degree, full rotate, right in the face, and he gets a kill. But yeah, I mean, the fact that Astralis have won these clutches in the fashion they did, Glaive on the A site, Simnix down on B with a scout. I mean, how do you stay in the game if you're FaZe mentally after rounds like that? You certainly don't, and Glaive, he is going to send you home with nothing but bullets in your body. 15 rounds to Astralis, 1 away from a 2-0 victory. Nuke, an overtime game, felt like years ago at this point. Astralis not letting this one get close on Overpass.
But it's still early, Hugo. And by early, I'm not talking about in this game, because this, well, this doesn't look like this was going to be a FaZe game right from the start of this map.
It's too little and it's too late, Trace.
It's true. 15-4, here we go. Astralis and FaZe. Will this be where Astralis separates itself from FaZe in terms of who's doing last in the group? That's what we're really looking to have answered out of this matchup. Again, this is stage 2 of the ESL Pro League. Group stages are done.
Ooh.
So it begins. Rain the first to fall.
Yeah, this feels like it might just be a formality now for Astralis, right?
You would think so.
Oh, this double setup is just devastating as well. As Nico's making contact, Magic's gonna peek, mops him up with the MP9. That's a pretty gross display. Dupree able to survive on 6 points of health, gets dinked by the AK, but doesn't get finished off. And now just Brokey and Olaf. What can they even do? They're not even together. Olaf's trying to begin the journey to join up with Brokey, hoping he can carve a path in through the connector. I kind of love everything about this round from Astralis as well. They had a very heavy connector presence, and since then they've just given it up. Device actually shuts down Olaf, moving up through the con area. And so it's just Brokey, 1v5. And this man has been nuts in clutches for FaZe. We saw him get back-to-back pistol 4Ks, for example, including a 1v4. But this 1v5 ain't happening, and that was the other day. 16-4 for Astralis. They take this series 2-0.